everyone, this is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you so much for joining me in another video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and join the New Insight community for daily clinical and practical content to improve your mental health, healing, self-growth, and relationships. Today I'm discussing something that affects almost everyone at some point in life, and that is stress. The fact of the matter is, stress is more than just having a lot going on. Chronic stress can affect your mind, body, emotions, relationships, decision-making, and overall quality of life. And the problem is, many people unfortunately normalize stress for so long that they stop recognizing how unhealthy it has become. So in this video, I want to discuss how to identify your stress, understand how it's affecting you, your mind, and your body, and what it actually takes to manage it in a healthier way. So the first thing you need to do is identify the cause of your stress. Don't just say, life is stressful. Be specific. Look at every area of your life, including family, work, relationships, parenting, financial responsibilities, health, school, caregiving responsibilities, and emotional struggles. And the significance of this is sometimes stress is connected to obvious problems, but other times, however, stress is caused by unhealthy patterns that we have normalized. For example, lack of boundaries, people pleasing, poor time management, poor emotional regulation, toxic relationships, mental health struggles, addiction, or unhealthy coping habits. And life stressors can trigger or worsen all of these things. So many people are overwhelmed, not only because of what they're carrying, but because they don't have healthy systems, habits, supports, or coping skills in place to manage what they're carrying. And that's important to understand. The second thing is identify how stress is affecting you, your mind, and your body. This part is critical. Too often, people stay in survival mode for so long that the stress starts to feel normal. They get so used to functioning in stress that they stop listening to their mind and body. Instead, they normalize headaches, body aches, chest tightness, constant fatigue, anxiety, irritability, overthinking, difficulty sleeping, emotional numbness, stomach issues, feeling emotionally drained, irritability, or lack of motivation. And eventually, your body starts sending warning signs that something is wrong. Stress does not just affect you mentally. Again, it affects you physically, emotionally, behaviorally, and relationally. Some people, when they're stressed, they isolate. Some become angry and reactive. Some emotionally shut down. Some overeat, overspend, avoid problems. And some people stay constantly busy because they don't know how to slow down and sit with themselves emotionally. So ask yourself, how is stress showing up in my life? Not just mentally, but physically and emotionally too. Because awareness is the first step towards change. Now, here's the part many people struggle with. To effectively manage stress, you will likely have to develop new habits and make uncomfortable changes. And this is why I always emphasize the importance of doing the inner work and addressing the root cause. Because sometimes the problem is not only the stressor itself, it's our mindset, our coping patterns, and our resistance to change. Some people become locked into rigid thinking. They become emotionally stubborn. They resist accountability. They want comfort, convenience, and familiarity, even when those very things are contributing to their stress. However, growth requires honesty. Sometimes we know what needs to change, but we avoid it because change is uncomfortable. But healing and stress management often require intentional action. For some people, stress management may mean learning to assert themselves, setting healthier boundaries, prioritizing self-care without guilt, leaving toxic environments, decreasing work hours, ending unhealthy relationships, learning emotional regulation and anger management, improving their communication skills, developing healthier coping skills, making better decisions, asking for help, slowing down and resting, and even going to therapy. So listen carefully. You cannot continue the same unhealthy habits, thought patterns, and behaviors while still expecting your stress levels to improve. Something will have to change. And another thing I want people to understand is that stress management is not just about temporary relief. It's not just about taking a nap, going on vacation, or having one self-care day. These things can definitely help and do matter. However, real stress management is about creating a healthier lifestyle and healthier emotional habits consistently. And it's about addressing the root cause of the stress. It's also about learning how to care for yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Because if you do not address the root cause of your stress, the cycle will continue. So I want to encourage you today to stop normalizing chronic stress. Stop ignoring your mind and body. And stop convincing yourself that suffering constantly is just part of life. Pay attention to what your mind and body have been trying to tell you. Identify the source, recognize the impact, and be willing to make the changes necessary to protect your peace, health, and emotional well-being. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.